Hi everyone, it's Go Live Granny here, and I'm recording this on Thursday the 15th of August 2024. I realise I haven't done many live streams lately. It just hasn't been the right time. I've been away with family, or perhaps, just different things happened. But I thought I'd just hop on here and do a quick video, a roundup of my day. It's been a bit of a frustrating day, but it's had a good end to it. Well, it's not ended yet. It's only 7:20 in the evening, but the latter part was better, way better than the rest. So it's been a busy time. I've been away with family, had a lot of family time. Then I've been back this week, but it was quite busy. I had my hair done yesterday. My hairdresser came and cut my hair. Another friend came over and had her hair cut here. Then my hairdresser stayed for coffee for a while. Then she left, and Susan and I had lunch together. So I used some of my recipes, my recipe book, my Slimming World recipe book, and I cooked a cosy cottage pie for us, which was yummy. Then we had jelly and fruit with meringue. So the cosy cottage pie was no sins at all, absolutely free food, and the pudding was 4.5 sins total. That was for both of us, so only two and a quarter sin. Well, I don't think I have a quarter sin, but anyway, so that was delicious and that was nice. And then I was quite tired after that. Susan left, and I had a nap. Earlier in the day I'd got up mega early and made a greetings card for Jan's granddaughter, because these days I make cards to raise money for charity, and Jan had told me that her granddaughter needed she wanted a card for her granddaughter, so I made one of my wow cards for her granddaughter. So I'd done that early in the day so Jan could collect it whenever she wanted, and she hadn't been by lunchtime, so I just sent her a message because I was very tired and I wanted a nap, but I didn't want to go and have a nap and then find Jan knocked on the door and I didn't hear her. So I messaged her, she popped over and collected that, and then I had a nap afterwards. So I was quite tired yesterday. So decided that today was going to be a chill out day, doing not a lot, pootling about. I had another parcel due today for some storage boxes. I'm still working on my storage. I'm getting towards the end of getting everything stored neatly and everything in nice storage units and places, and getting rid of old tatty storage stuff and putting up some nice new affordable storage. So I've been having a good time working out what I needed and that, but today was going to be a real chill out day, and it has been. But I had a couple of those sort of chores. I had a couple of chores to do, one of which was to go back to my claim, because when I went to see my son in the north of England, and then I left him to go to my daughter's, I went on a train, and the train was delayed over an hour. And if you have a delay of more than half an hour, there's a refund. If you go over the hour, you get a full refund, and the ticket was just over £50. So that would be rather nice coming back. But my goodness, I'm earning that £50. So when I came back from that trip, I put in a claim, and I only submitted the ticket. I was on split tickets, and I had 2 different tickets, and I only submitted the ticket where the delay was. But apparently I had to submit both tickets. I had to submit tickets for the whole journey. And so they said, I got up till the 24th of August to do it, but I needed to resubmit the claim. Well, if any of you know about any of these things, they are never straightforward. Certainly not in my world, where Shenanigans is my middle name. So I wanted to do it when I was feeling wide awake and got time on my hands, because these things are, never straightforward. And it's the sort of thing I would prefer to do on my big computer. But of course, today my big computer decided it wasn't going to work. I think it's probably come to the end of its life. I do have another computer. I've got a Raspberry Pi computer that I need to fit, set up again. I had it used before, and then I unplugged it once, and I've not plugged it back in again. But I need to do that because this other one, I think, has finally died a death, and I don't want to buy another computer. I like using the big tabletop computer, but desktop computer, but I had to resort to my phone because at the moment I haven't got I've got to find the wires that actually to plug the Raspberry Pi in. I've got to actually look at the instructions on YouTube to remind myself what wires go where. So I didn't want to have to do that because that's going to take a long time, because at the moment I haven't finished sorting the flat. I'm getting there, and I'm getting all these wonderful storage things in place so that the last of the clutter can be tidied. But we're not there yet. The end is in sight. The sight. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. The trouble is that the light is often a train coming the other way. But I think I might nearly be out of the tunnel sometimes in the not too distant future, let's say. Except there was a shenanigan on trying to sort some more storage today, which I will tell you about in a minute. So, what happened? I couldn't use the desktop, okay? So I thought, right, I want to do this on my phone. So I worked it out, and then I went back because I'd had an email saying I had to resubmit. So I went on the email, clicked on the bit that said, go back to your claim, went back to my claim. And of course, I have to log in. So then I have to go off and find my password in my password. I've got a password vault. So I had to go and find that and get the password to open up the site for the claim. And then I submit the claim, and it decides it's not having any of it. It's not going to work. So I think, oh, right, okay, but I must do it, because if I haven't done it by the 24th, I will lose my 50-something pounds. £54, I think it is. So anyway, I sat patiently trying to do it, and it failed about 3 times. But I was patient and I kept on going, and then eventually I got it. Each time this happened, I then had to start again, go back and get the password, bring the password out. Oh, it was just shenanigans. So eventually I got it submitted, but I went to submit it. It said submit the claim. So I'd done all this. You have to find the tickets, you know, and it mustn't be a scan of a screenshot of this. It must be a this or that, or, you know, it's very particular about how you present the information. So I got it all done. And then it said submit the claim, and I just checked it all through, made sure my bank details were on there and my name and all the ticket details. And then it asked me to verify, you know, it was one of those things to make sure I'm a human being, where I had to identify some pictures that had, I think it was a crosswalk on it. I had to, you know, and I think they meant a zebra crossing. It said crosswalk, but I think that's what it meant. So I was clicking on the pictures that had a cross, as you know, like a crossing, a road crossing. And just as I've clicked the last one, everything disappeared off the screen. Now, how was I to know whether it had submitted? Sorry, I'm a bit warm. I won't put the fan on that's here because it might make a noise while I'm videoing, but otherwise, you know, it might rattle in your ear. So anyway, the whole thing disappeared, and I didn't know whether it had submitted or not. And I don't want to take the chance that it hasn't submitted, because I've not got long, you know, I've got till the 24th to claim the money. And I only knew about these claims from my Go Live Granny community, because before COVID, I used to travel on the train a lot. Some of you who watch my videos will remember, and there was always shenanigans, and I was always getting refunds on the train. But I didn't know about the refunds until somebody watched one of my shenanigans and said, oh, you know, Lynn, if you're delayed, you get a refund. So that's how I knew about that. It's a great place, this Go Live Granny community, for passing on information. And it's not always me that passes the information. Lots of other people pass the information too. So that was it. I wasn't sure. And I still had time on my side. I was going to Slimming World tonight. But I was still plenty of time before Slimming World. So I thought, right, I need to check. But how do you check? Oh, I know, I can ring them up. And that's easier said than done, of course, because you can never find a phone number for these things. So I asked Siri to see if they could find me a phone number for cross country. No, they couldn't. they found me where you can submit a question and then wait, you know, however many days before they decide to answer you. But that wasn't what I wanted. So I took to Twitter, and I'm going to call it Twitter. I know it's called X now, and X is a really stupid name for it. So I think you'll know, if I call it Twitter, you'll know what I mean. So I found Cross Country on Twitter, and I said, bad customer experience. I need to talk to somebody, but I can't find a phone number. Anyway, that bit was really good because somebody responded and gave me the phone number straight away. And then we get the next bad customer experience because I'm hanging on and hanging on and hanging on. And I probably hung on for the best part of 10 minutes. But I kept going, and eventually somebody answered the phone. And then the girl said to me, oh, no, we haven't got your claim. Because unfortunately I'd written all the numbers down that I needed to tell her. And she said, no, we haven't got the claim. So anyway, I said, well, what do I do? She said, resubmit the claim. I said, look, I've spent an hour. I said, I'm not cross with you, but I'm cross with the system. I spent an hour resubmitting the claim. And I might be a pensioner, but I haven't got time to waste faffing about, you know. I suppose it's as difficult as possible so you don't have to, you know, refund money, maybe. That's the answer. Anyway, she said if I resubmitted it tonight and it didn't work, they could escalate my claim tomorrow. There wasn't anything they could do today, but somehow, magically tomorrow, they will be able to escalate my claim if the same thing happens and it doesn't submit. Well, let's see what happens. I'm very tired now, so I don't even know if I want to try it again now because it makes me feel tired. It makes me feel so frustrated. I might go to bed early and get up mega early in the morning and do it in the wee small hours when I've had a lot of sleep. That sounds like a good answer, probably. So that's probably what I will do. So that was that. Then I wanted, and before that, I had decided what other IKEA order I wanted to do. Because as I say, I'm getting to the end of reorganising my craft room, reorganising my lounge, my bedroom, everything to make the maximum use of my flat and put everything in nice, decent storage. So mostly IKEA, but I have bought other things. I bought some storage bags came today from Must Have Ideas. And they're bags that collapse when you haven't got anything in them, but they open up. They're fabric bags, but they've got metal struts in them that construct the bag. And I thought that's good because when they're empty, I can collapse them. And my daughter laughed and she said, Mum, when are they ever going to be empty? And she does have a point. But actually, they're very nice looking bags and they're lighter. They're lighter, obviously, than heavy storage boxes. So I decided to order 2 of the very big ones and 2 of the next size down. So they came today and I'm very pleased with them. I filled up one of them, but I haven't filled the rest because I was busy all day. So I went around my flat and I was looking because the other day when Kath and John were here, John was putting some doors on my IKEA units. I've got Kallax units and you probably know they're like cubes. And you can have doors on them, you can have drawers in them, you can have cubes in them that you pull in and out. And I had one of those units. So I'm in my lounge now. So this is my little cozy corner that I love. And there's a radiator behind here, which didn't work for years. And then I managed to get the people to fix it last year. So in the winter, it'll be nice and snug in here. In the summer, it's lovely because it's nice and bright up here. I've got a dormer window there. I've got an LED lamp standard here, so I put this on when I want to knit, and it gives me much more light. So I love this little cozy corner here. And then I've got, as you can see, maybe you can't see, but let's twizzle it round. I've got lots of my supplies next to me. I've got wool. Actually, I'm going to change this wool because the wool that's in here isn't my best favourite wool for knitting. So I'm going to take this wool out of here. I'm going to go and put it in the units over there and replace it with wool that I'm making all my lovely little toys out of because I won't have to keep getting up. I will just put my hand in there. In here, I've got knitted items and crocheted items there and all felt in here, and over here I've got paper craft bits. So I'm surrounded this side by all things like that. This side I've got a set of IKEA drawers, and they're it's on casters, which is great because I can push it out the way if I need a bit more space, I can sweep underneath it because I've got a laminate floor here, and it just slides. It's dead easy. So I've got that. Let's show you on that side. That's here. And then here is my grand's old sewing machine. And at some stage, I'm going to slide this out of the way and get the sewing machine out. But I'm not quite sure where that fits into the agenda because I've got too much to do before that. So, as I say, I've been using more and more Kallax units. And the other day, I moved a Kallax unit that I had in the bathroom. I'm having a bathroom conversion in the not too distant future because the bath's going out and I'm having a shower, you know, that I can, a very easy, accessible shower. And I don't think that the Kallax unit was in the bathroom I don't think it will fit when they've redone the bathroom. So I don't want to waste it. So I brought it into the kitchen, took out a 2x1 cube and put in a 4x1 cube where the 2x1 was. So that's given me more storage up. And so I've made a worktop. I've got worktops out of Kallax. I've got this side. I've got a 2x2 and a 1x2 next to each other. So it's made 3x3 as you know, as a cube. And I've got some shelves in some of it. I've got drawers in some of it, and I've got open cubes in the other. Then back to back, I've got another set the same. Well, I haven't. One of them's tall. So I've made the one that was 1x2. I've now got 1x4, so it sits prouder up. And when my kitchen's tidy, I'll show you all that. But so it's gone taller, and then I've got a 2x2 on the back of the 2x2 this side, and then on top of it I've got a 1x2 and my TV on the top of it. And so I've made lots more storage in my kitchen, but the other side of it, of course, is into the lounge. And I had got all my tinned food in there, but it was open cubes. And I don't, if and when I ever get my lounge tidy, which is the lights at the end of the tunnel, I'm getting there, then I will be sitting on my sofa some of the time, and so will my guests. And we don't want to sit and look at all my tinned food. So when I did my last IKEA order, I ordered doors to go on the fronts of the cubes, because these Kallax cubes, you can do all sorts of them. They're marvellous. So when John came the other day, Kath offered his services, and she said, do you want him to put the chest of drawers together? I said, no, actually, I'd rather him put the doors on, because I wasn't sure that I could do the doors. I'd looked at them and I was a bit confused, but I know how to put the drawers together because I've already put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of drawers together. So I didn't have a problem with that. And as you will see from my social media this week, I actually put that one together the other day. Note to yourself, do not do it on the hottest day of the year, which is what I did previously. Started doing one and then gave up because it was too hot. Anyway, I took my time with this one that's in the other side of where I'm sitting now, and I made the outer case out one evening, and then the next day I was up mega early. I was up about 5 o'clock in the I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I had been to bed mega early. So I play that sort of game, sometimes go to bed very early and get up very early. So I put the drawers together. I was chasing. I play this game with myself, and I set the clock, and I think, oh, I wonder if I can knit this in 5 minutes. I wonder if I can make that drawer up in 5 minutes. And that's what I was doing. I was making a drawer in 5 minutes. And then I reverted to sit down and do my knitting, because if I sit down and rest and then get up again, it works well for me. So I made a drawer, and there were 9 drawers altogether. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 drawers altogether. So I started doing that, and I got 8 drawers done. And then in between times, I was knitting some of my octopus. This is one of my octopus's legs. Look, there's my octopus. He hasn't got a face on yet. He's got a hat. He's got 7 legs so far. And I'll tell you about why he hasn't got leg number 8 in a minute, because I had planned to make leg number 8 this evening. Anyway, so between 4 and 5, that's right, I got up at 4. Between 4 and 5, I put together 8 drawers. I tried to make the 9th drawer, but Houston, we have a problem. The final screws that you put in at the side to stop the runners coming away from the drawer. One of those was stuck inside another little bit that you screw into the drawer. And I could not budge it. I tried poking it with scissors. I tried wiggling it and doing it and that. And one way or another, I couldn't do it. So I left it. And so drawer number 9 didn't go in. But yesterday, my hairdresser was coming. So when she came, I said, can you get this out of here? I just can't do it. And then she was struggling with it. And I went off into the bedroom to get something. And I called to her from the bedroom, oh, if it's too difficult, don't do it. And she yelled back at me and said, don't give me a challenge and then tell me not to do it. You know what I'm like? I like a challenge. Anyway, she's like me. She got it apart. And but I had thought that one of the screws had gone missing, so I didn't think I was going to be able to finish off the drawer. Later in the day, it happens I found the screw on the floor, so I was able to finish the 9th drawer off. So that now, it's got some things in it, and I now need time to put more things stacking into there. So that's clearing more of the clutter. So that's good. So I did that. And so John, instead of doing that, the day before, he did the doors. He put the doors on not the doors on the drawers. He put the doors on the units. So now, when that is clear, we're not looking at tin food. And Kath then tidied all the food tins up for me. So that was marvellous. So I've been inspired by having more stuff, because originally that was just Kallax units that were 2 high and 3 along, 2 of them back to back. But now I've got them at different levels. So I've got a tall one, and then it comes lower like that. And then the front of it is low, where I prepare my food and that sort of thing. So that's, I've really made very good use of that space. In one of the cubes, I've got shelves. So today I was making my shopping list not for Tesco's. I was making my shopping list for IKEA. So I decided that in 3 more of the cubes that are open at the moment, I wanted shelves. And in one of them, I wanted a box, one of those fabric cubes. I wanted to put some lightweight stuff in one of those. So I worked out what I wanted there. And then I decided I wanted 2 more of these chests of drawers that I've just put together in my craft room. And then I looked and decided, and of course I've had to do this bit by bit, because obviously, you have to budget for this, and I've had to budget. I don't buy one item at a time, because IKEA were charging £40 for every delivery. So I try to do it in batches when I can afford it. And fortunately, they've put their delivery costs down to £34. I think they've taken £6 off the delivery, and they've taken down the cost of the units as well. I'm thinking that people are not buying as much furniture, and so maybe they've cut the prices so that people will. So while the prices are down, I thought, well, that helps me to actually buy a bit more. So in my craft room, I've got 2 units. So I got rid of a couple of units to Aspire the other day, Aspire being one of our charities who have a shop that they can sell stuff, and they came and took some stuff away. Oh, I must message them tomorrow, because I want these other 2 units done, and they only collect on a Monday. And if I'm going to have an order of furniture next week, I want them gone. And then the next Monday is a bank holiday, so that wouldn't happen, and it'd be about 2 or 3 weeks before they would be able to take the furniture away. So I have decided that there's some still old furniture in my craft room, and I've decided that actually if I get rid of those 2 units and put IKEA units in there, it will maximise the space even more. And so I want some with Kallax cubes in, and some of them open, and I want to get one of those units that goes in that's a crisscross, so that I can put I've got some rolls of paper and things that could go in there in that crisscross bit. So I sat and I planned. And I went through it several times to make sure that I'd got everything I wanted. And, you know, I'd made my order up because I didn't want to find that I missed something out and then I got to pay another delivery charge. So I got the order together, and then I realised that IKEA isn't on my Quidco cashback or my top cashback. And don't forget, I was spending quite a bit here. It wasn't just a £5 job or anything like that. So it was worth any cashback. And to me, any cashback's worth it. So I was spending more than that. So I thought, I need to see about this. And I realised that if I went on Quidco, I couldn't buy the IKEA stuff on there, but I could buy a gift voucher for IKEA and give it to myself. Then I had to check, can you cash it in online or just in the store? Because some of those things you can only do in the store. I don't want to go to Southampton to cash in a gift card. I want to order online and I want to be able to use the gift card online. So yes, you could do it online, and you could I could get the value I wanted. So I'm not going to tell you what I spent, but I was just short of an amount that you could use. So I then decided that I was going to pop something else into the basket. It was like a £7 short of a total. So I put something else in the basket that I would find useful, and took it up to 0 on the end. And then I went on and bought the gift card. And if I then submitted the IKEA order, it would come next Wednesday, which is what I was going to do. But when I submitted the voucher, I didn't get a notification straight away, which meant I couldn't submit the order straight away. And by this time, it was coming towards the end of the afternoon, and I do Slimming World at 6 o'clock, so I go out at 5:45 for Slimming World. It's just at the bottom of my road, so I needed to be getting ready for that. So I thought, oh, right, okay. I rang up to find out why my voucher hadn't showed, and they said it can take up to 24 hours. So I wasn't panicking that I'd put money on a gift card that now wasn't mine. I could see that I'd done it on I always do these things on a credit card, because you've got more protection, and I could see that the money was pending. So long story short, I haven't ordered the furniture yet, which means it won't come next Wednesday. So I'll probably have to do it, and it will come, hopefully, if the card, if I get the acknowledgement to be able to do the order. If I get the gift card, I should be able to finish the order off tomorrow, and then hopefully I will be able to have my furniture on Thursday of next week. We'll see what happens. So anyway, the fact that I've organised all the things I want, that was time well spent. And I am very excited about getting all my stuff so tidily away, having lived in a lot of mess for a long time, because of course I was messy anyway. And then when my mum passed, a load of stuff came into my flat. And first of all, I never wanted to do it because, I was in that period of grief. And then when I did start wanting to do it, then I became ill and was recovering from pneumonia. So then I didn't want to do it either. But now I do. I really want to get it tidy. And I'm so excited about how I made that kitchen bit look yesterday. You can be nearly 74 and still get excited by these things. Yes, I'm only 2 weeks away from my birthday. I think 2-3 weeks away from my birthday. Family celebrations coming up. I've seen my family recently, and I'm going to see my family again soon. It's just so exciting. I just love it. And of course, when I'm not seeing them, I've got a TV screen up there that when I'm not watching TV, my Google Photos scroll across, and I have my, recent photographs coming up over there. It's just wonderful. So I always feel like I never miss out on what's going on, because the family send me so many photographs when I'm not with them that it's great. I see all my family all the time. So it's like they're in the flat with me. So anyway, that was that. But by this time I was really worn out because I'd had the shenanigans of not getting the relay, the refund on the on my ticket. And then I wasn't too challenged by the gift card. That didn't challenge me too much, but it made me all very tired. I get very tired when these things happen. Anyway, I thought, right, I'm going off to Slimming World in a minute, and I'm pretty sure I've lost some weight. So that would cheer me up, obviously. Not that I was really uncheered, but I was tired and, you know, just needed a bit of a lift. So off I went, toddled down the road. It's only right at the bottom of my road. And I went to Slimming World, and guess what? A pound off, and I got my 2.5 stone award tonight. So I was very well pleased. And then we had a different consultant tonight, Kim, who used to be a teacher, and I know her from my teaching days many, many moons ago, and she was running the class tonight, and she played a game with us, and we were in 2 halves in the room, and anybody who got an award tonight got extra points for their team. So not only did I get points for taking a pound off, but I got extra points for an award, and we were the winning team. So that was great. So I was well pleased about that. But I decided that I was take my knitting. Sometimes I knit when I'm there, sometimes I don't. And I decided, some of you have been seeing this. This is an octopus. Let me show you. This is the octopus, but I decided to make it in these colours. I didn't want to use up my red. I don't have a lot of red wool, mainly because I knit a lot of things that need red. Obviously, when you're doing Santa, you need red. When you're doing poppies, you need red. And I have far more wool in other colours than I do in red. So I didn't want to make it the same colour as this. So I found colours that went together. So I sort of did I've got the white is actually sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. And I thought those colours look nice. And a bit autumnal, aren't they, really? And so I've been knitting these. And I had 6 legs done. And I was on leg number 7. So that's the leg. This is the body and the hat. Hasn't got a face on yet. That's the back of his head. So there's the hat. It's going to have a bobble on. I'll make a bobble. I think it looks like a licorice all sort, don't you? I didn't make it to look like a licorice all sort. I chose those colours and then realised it looked like, oh, Bertie Bassett's been around with his licorice all sorts. And anybody who doesn't know, my dad was a Bertie Bassett fan. He was a local preacher, and he used to go into church and preach about all sorts of people. And he would use Bertie Bassett to help him with all sorts. And he used to take licorice all sorts in to give out to the congregation. So hence my affinity with Bertie Bassett and licorice all sorts. And I've got a Bertie Bassett looking at me from over there. And I've knitted various Bertie Bassets, but they're not here at the moment. They're in the other room. Anyway, so I was going to, I took this with me. I put it all in, I keep it all together in a bag. And I decided I would knit today. I was in the mood where I wanted to get something out of the wreck. Having been frustrated with various things, I wanted to do something that made me really happy and cheerful. And I put it in a new bag. I bought this bag in Poundland this week. Take me to the pumpkin patch. And I thought, Halloween's autumn's coming up with pumpkins. I mean, Halloween too, but obviously you have pumpkins to do with Halloween, which is why I slipped the tongue there. And I know I will be knitting some pumpkins and making some craft pumpkins and things. And so I decided this looked like pumpkin colours, so I decided to put it in my Take Me to the Pumpkin Patch. So I put my wool in there. Well, I thought I put everything that I needed to finish leg number 7 and then go on to leg number 8, so I could perhaps put him together tonight. Oh dear, what a silly Billy I was, because I knitted leg number 7, which I'd already knitted that much of leg number 7, and then I had to finish that bit. Then I went on to leg number 8, and I went to look for the black wool. It wasn't in the bag. Oh no! And I've just found it. It was under, I told you that this unit is on wheels next to me, and I moved it earlier, and I moved it back, and I must have just wheeled it past this. This was under that unit. I spotted where it was because I saw the end of it sticking out, but I didn't realise I'd left my ball of wool, black wool behind. So obviously, I could not start his last leg because you just do it from the bottom up. But I had taken my knitting with me and I didn't want to miss a trick. So I've got these other colours and I've got more than enough to finish leg number 8 and the scarf, because he has a scarf. Look, he has a lovely scarf. He's like that. Oops. This is another one. You could knit him in other colourways. Look, like that. So anyway, I looked in my bag of wool and thought, I want to knit something else. I don't want to sit here and not knit while I'm listening to all the fun and shenanigans going on at Slimming World. So this book has got several items in it. Let me show you the front when I can find the front of the book. Isn't it funny when you go, look. So this is a Jean Greenhow toy collection, and it's got a lot of toys. It's got a teddy bear's picnic, and it's got teddy bears in it. It's got the snowballs like I did the other day, and I thought, oh, I could do that because I've got the green wool and I've got some white wool. I could start the legs of that, but then realised that I hadn't got the right. If I wanted to make that the same size as the snowball I did the other day, then I would need size 4 needles, and I hadn't got those. I'd got 10s, I'd got 11s, but I haven't got 4s, 8s. The 8, 4mm or 8s in old money. No, not money. You know what I mean. So I couldn't do a sweet little snowball. And let's see what was on the next page. Oh, I could have made a rabbit, but I wasn't terribly inspired to do a rabbit today. I will do a rabbit, but not today. And then I looked at this lot. And I thought, ha-ha, I've got green in the bag. I will make a dinosaur. So that's the dinosaur that I made the other day that you might have seen before. That's sitting over there looking at me. And I decided to make this one, this dinosaur, as a green dinosaur, because I had green wool in the bag. So all was not lost, and I have knitted that much of my dinosaur. So I didn't knit that leg number 8 of the octopus, but I did knit that much of a dinosaur. So my time was not wasted, and I feel much happier and perkier and brighter. And I just thought I'd sit down here and tell you all of that. So that's what I've done. I might have had some frustrations, but the frustrations have turned into happiness. Happiness, happiness. Something about being blessed with more than my share of happiness. Ken Dodd comes to mind with his tickling stick. So that's it, folks. You haven't had a live stream, but you have had a video of the shenanigans of the Go Live Granny. And tomorrow I'm off to Warm Hub, the Isle Access Warm Hub. And I have mentioned Halloween and pumpkins and things. And Jan has asked me to run a workshop for Halloween, and so tomorrow I'm going to be prepping some of that in the hub in the morning. So we don't have to do craft stuff while they're there. Some people like to craft, some people like to come and chat. Sometimes I will actually do an activity if people have come in to teach them something, or sometimes I'll make some greetings cards for somebody who's ordered them, and we sell those for the charity. But tomorrow I am going to prep for a workshop, and the workshop is going to be on making gift boxes that are in the shape of pumpkins, hence the autumn pumpkin bit. But because it's Halloween, the pumpkin's shape can also be a cauldron. So I'll be prepping those tomorrow. So watch the photographs, because then you can see. And if any of you want to come and do the workshop, we'll let you know when that's going to be. I think that's going to be late September, ready for the October. I think it's going to be. I don't know. I'll ask Jan the date and we'll put it out. So that's a workshop that I will be running that people can come along. And then in late November, I will be doing a workshop, and I have a fantastic advent calendar that is a train, not flat. It's a train on wheels, a card, made out of card. It's only just a piece of card or a few pieces of card, and it's a very lovely looking advent calendar, and I will be doing that for I'll Access charity in November. We will be booking people in to come and do that. And I know that Gaz did an advent calendar last Christmas as a workshop, and it was very popular. People booked in. I think we did it in the... Did they do it? No, I can't. It wasn't half term. It was later than half term, obviously. So I think the Halloween one might hit half term, so we might have be able to do it when the children are off school, and some of them could do it, but I'm not quite sure. We'll put the dates out. I'll put the dates out on my channels, and Jan will put them out on I'll Access as well. So, folks, that's it. I want to go and cook myself some tea, and I have been having a lovely time with my... Up there are all my Slimming World books here. And I have been having a great time pouring through those books, loving all the pictures in those books, making myself lots of meals, loads of meals with free food in that I don't have to count, because it's all, you know, doesn't have anything in it that I need to count. I do have food with sins in it, but I have a lot of food that doesn't. And then I don't. So I've been making some lovely meals, made a lovely cottage pie for Susan yesterday when cozy cottage pie it was, and it was delicious. And of course I had my new countertop cooker, and I tell you what, that's saving me so much money on my electricity. So some of these things, my electricity bills have gone right down since I've stopped using my big oven. I use my big oven as a storage unit now, and I just now loving. So I've actually got, I bought an air fryer, then I replaced it with another air fryer, because the first air fryer I used it a lot, and they were only cheap. I didn't pay a lot for them. It was cheap. It was like a spaceship. It was a big glass bowl, but it was dangerous for me. Might be dangerous for other people. It was a big glass bowl. When that got greasy, it was really difficult to clean. It was so big and heavy, and I had to move it from the side to the sink, and I could never get it properly clean. You know, glass is really, it's hard to get clean. And then, as I say, it was heavy, and then the lid had the workings in the lid. So the lid was very heavy, and I don't have so much strength in my wrists anymore, so that was a problem. And I would have to take it off, and they gave you a silly little stand, a little wire stand that you were supposed to stand it on. But remember, when that's been cooking, it's hot, okay? And you're trying to balance it on this silly stand that doesn't really hold it properly, and it was dangerous. So I used to just stand it on the hob. I wasn't using the hob, so I just stand it on the hob, but it was a nightmare. So I replaced that with a small air fryer, you know, one of the ones with baskets, and very easy to clean. Those lovely, you know, black clean surfaces that are so easy to clean, because that's a big thing for me now. I don't spend a lot of time standing at the sink. I do my washing up now. My dishwasher went wrong, and I decided I wasn't going to spend £300 on a new dishwasher. And so I now, because I was a bit fitter than I had been before, and I was able to stand a little bit. I still balance on a chair, so I have to watch it, and I only wash up when I feel up to it. You know, there are days when I leave the washing up to pile up, and then I do it later, because I look after me rather than the washing up and the dishes. But I do wash up every day, but I don't do it necessarily as soon as I've made things dirty. So so I've got that very easy air fryer, but I had wanted a cooker, more like a cooker. I wanted, my grill was in my oven, and of course my oven that I'm not using is low down, so I can't bend down so much anymore, and then it's more dangerous for me. You know, I'm not a fit, able-bodied person anymore, and so it's more difficult to bend down, do the grill and that sort of thing. So that's why I decided to use that as a storage unit. And then I researched. For a long time I wanted a countertop cooker, and then I decided, no, you don't need one of those. And I tried to talk myself out of it. And then I really did want to do this. And I looked and I found one that was, it's got a lot of, it's got 12 functions on it. So it bakes, it fries, no, it doesn't fry, it bakes, it roasts, it does air fries, it does, 12 different functions. It's a double oven, so you've got a bit in the middle, so you can use one side or the other side, or you can take the bit out in the middle and use both sides. You can have big baskets in them, or you can have trays and a little basket in it, and it all the bits all tuck into they all house in it. It's great, and I absolutely love it, and it's really making me want to cook more. I love it. I love putting the light on and watching it cook in, because it's on the countertop, I can see it. And so it's inspired me. So it's been a win-win. I bought it. I wouldn't have paid the full price for it, but I found it vastly reduced on Amazon Prime Day. I don't think it was actually an Amazon Prime Day reduction. I think it was just a reduction because it was still there after Amazon Prime Day had finished. Anyway, I ordered it on Amazon Prime Day, and the beauty of it was I could buy it over 4 months and I could not have to pay any interest. So I paid just the first month's money, and that was brilliant. And I am absolutely loving it. And so that I'm looking at my lovely cookbooks up here. Let's get one of these down. You'll see what I mean. Because look at these, look at these beautiful pictures. I sit here and I look at all these pictures and think, and this book says take 5 free. So there's no food in here that I actually have to chalk up any sins or anything. And down the side, look, it's very visual. I'm a visual learner. So there's the ingredients for that recipe. And so I might look and think, well, I've got some mushrooms I need to use up, and I've got this and that. Right, let's look for the mushroom recipes and that. So that's what I would do, and have a look and see. Now, all these recipes are in the Slimming World app, which I have access to. But I've bought the books too because the books are inspiring me with the pictures. I got the pictures on the app, but sitting here and looking at this, it's like a nice picture. But I don't read books for pleasure. I read books like this for information. I like to look at the pictures. I'm a visual learner. Not, I don't like doing the reading. I read the recipe because I need to. But I don't mind saying that I don't enjoy reading a book like some people do. But I love looking at these pictures. Look, charred chicken and lettuce with baby leeks. That's another one. And you can see I've put some markers in to all the recipes that I like. So so this has inspired me. This is what's helping me with the weight loss, because I'm actually inspired by the pictures and buying the new machine. And I don't spend probably no more than 45 minutes ever making myself a meal. And even 45 minutes is way too long. But yesterday's meal, the Cozy Cottage Pie, was 45 minutes. But otherwise, I might make a meal in 10, 15, 20 minutes. Maximum, mostly half an hour. Because then I can get on with other things. But because that I can set that over there, and then I can come and sit over here and knit and keep an eye on what's going on, it works so well for me. And I am in such a happy place at the moment. I know that, life's been grim for lots of people. But, I'm in a happy place. A, because I survived nearly dying of pneumonia, and then realising that actually a lot of the trials and tribulations we have are maybe not as bad as lots of people are having a lot of stress, and I'm not trying to deny that. There are very stressful situations. But, I say to myself, like the delay, the delay repay for my ticket, it's not life-threatening. When you have been as close to death as I was back in December 2022, it actually gives you more of a focus, and you look at things very differently. So that's how I tell myself, it's not life-threatening. If I don't get that that money refunded, it's not life-threatening. If this website doesn't work today, it's not life-threatening. And that's how I look at things now, which is a very different ball game than before that near-death experience. And we just have to learn from, what happens. So I'm in a really happy place. I'm enjoying my retirement. You know, it's been a long time till I've actually slowed up and relaxed. And, you know, being that ill actually made me relax a lot more, which is great. Not being ill is great, but the fact that the outcome was great. So I'm having a lovely time. I'm enjoying now tidying up the flat, which I hated previously. I've never been the tidiest of people, but I am really trying very hard now. And I'm so, you know, it's so lovely to go to a drawer and think, oh, I need something. Yes, I know where that is. So we're getting there. So I just thought you'd like to have a little peek into the world of the Go Live Granny, because I'd gone a bit quiet. I'm not quite sure when I shall live stream again. I actually, you know, have done a lot of live streaming in the past, but I might just hop on and do these videos, whichever works for me. It's got to work for me, hasn't it? And if you enjoy them, you'll watch them, and if not, just scroll on by. I get criticised by a lot of, you know, not a lot of people, but some people criticise. But you know what? Isn't that what your thumb's for? Scroll on by. So there we go, folks. That's it. I'm going to log out. And I'm going to go and cook myself something, but I haven't decided what yet. So I shall look at which of my ingredients need using up first, because I got a lot of fresh vegetables and I don't want any of them to go off. Earlier on, I had some asparagus that had a short date on it, so I thought better have that. So that was in my last meal. Not quite sure what needs. I think I've got some mushrooms I need to use, so I'm going to go and choose what I'm going to have for my tea. And I'm making myself hungry while I'm thinking about it. Love you lots. See you all soon. Bye.